Repeat it now.
This is what Elizabeth calls having fun. We're in the middle of a devastated forest, freezing my lugs off.
And behind me, the absolutely gorgeous Pitfour Lake.
I thought you were talking about me
No, I
behind you.
wasn't talking about you.
Yeah, that's a shame. There's a big puddle behind us. Pitfour Lake.
Loch.
Hmm?
Pitfour Loch.
Pitfour Loch. Or lake, it doesn't matter, it's a big puddle. We used to go sit over there. But this used to be full of trees. It's been devastated with the hurricane last year. And the owner had to take them along and chop a lot of them down just because they were dangerous. But
so this week we went along to the support group, Alzheimer's Run support group. Did you enjoy it?
yes, it was a lot more talkative this week, I felt. People were getting to know each other a wee bit more. First couple of times we went there, people were just mumbling at each other. But there was a lot more laughter.
Yeah.
A lot more people enjoying it.
Apart from the lady that came for the first time, her husband died of Alzheimer's just around Christmas time, and she came along for the first time. That was really sad. That was
the first time we saw her. I think they'd been before, Tad and her.
Yeah, they'd been as a couple, and then he passed away, and that was her just...
Somebody encouraged her to come back, I think, and
Yeah.
she seemed to feel comfortable about halfway through it.
Yeah.
For a while it took her a while, just looking around and wondering what was happening.
It was sad. But the group itself was great, I think. There's lots of chat and laughter, and there's no prescriptive thing. She usually brings out some sort of game to do or something to do. So this week it was what's in the hat, but she had no hat, so it was what was in the box. And so she had some slips. So it was, what's your favourite colour, or I don't know, what was your favourite food, that sort of thing. So, and then we all took turns answering that.
They're all on the one side there. What?
So the other thing we've been doing this last few weeks is we did a 5-week course. It was called Post-Diagnosis Support. I would argue that there was very little support. It was 5 weeks of intense knowledge giving, and I found, we got to week 4 actually. So bear in mind that both of us have nursed and Tam's managed dementia units and that. I got to week 4 and I thought, really, this is fine. After week 1, one of the ladies with dementia, she said it wasn't for her, and her husband kept coming along without her. But she came back for the last couple of weeks, so that was really good to see. But the first week was all about the anatomy of the brain and what's actually happening with a dementia diagnosis and all of the different types of dementia. The second week was about occupational therapy and the different supports that can be offered in light of all the different things and symptoms that had been mentioned the week before. Then it was power of attorney. So we were doing okay up to this point. We've already talked about that. Power of attorney was already done. So we were like, yep, that's okay. And then week 4 came, and she had some things that we just hadn't talked about or considered, and it really didn't take any effect when somebody's in a care home. So I can't remember who it is. It's got a name. No, it's gone. There's a form you can fill out if somebody has dementia, and the idea is to fill it out now before the person goes missing. And then if they do go missing, you can phone up, but you say that this form is on file, and then they don't need to ask the carer any questions And they say that the information, because it's been written when people have been able to input, the carer has been able to input, and the person themselves, it's much more accurate. So we hadn't thought about doing anything like that, didn't know anything like that existed. So we organised, got the form, started filling it in, and then it came to the bank details, and it asked if they had access to a bank, the person that would have gone missing, and how much money they had access. And I went to fill the form saying, yeah, he's got full access to the bank accounts. And so he'd have full access to any money that was in them.
The money issue isn't a problem at the moment, because she doesn't let me get any money anyway. She keeps spending it all for some reason. But as I get further on in the illness, as likelihood I could start just giving people money just because they said you should give them money. So while we're still quite alert and able to do things, we've made some arrangements with the bank that we have two bank cards in the same bank. So
we've just made changes.
One of them I have no access to anymore. The other one is limited amounts that I can take out. So I don't go, somebody saying to me, oh, go and get us a couple of £100 and I'll nip into the bank and do that. It's wiser to get it all sorted before my mind goes that far.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it was something we hadn't considered if we hadn't have been doing this form. And there was other forms as well to fill in, that they wanted you to fill in for different things so that you were prepared. Right, start again.
This used to be a forest here. It's been destroyed by the wind last year. Destroyed it totally. That's quite a mess.
It's definitely camera shy. Okay, maybe everyone's camera shy. What a shame we can't reach that bit of rubbish that's just floating in the water. There are 2 ducks in there, yes. A male and a female, and then there's, well, these are not wanting to be on. These are not wanting to be on camera. Oh, there you go. Thank you very much, lady. There we go. Thank you. And bye. And I suppose that's there's you know, lots of people since we've started making these videos have said to us about you know, made comments and feedback and different things. But if you've you know, if something's touched you, or you you have more knowledge for us, because we're on this learning path, and so yeah, please feel free to drop a comment below, and we'll do our best to answer it.
And you can send biscuits as well if you want.
I thought it was chocolate, not biscuits.
Chocolate biscuits.
Chocolate biscuits. Okay, all right. Yeah, Tam always will take chocolate biscuits.
Apparently, it helps you to ward off dementia.
Not sure.
Chocolate biscuits.
Okay.
But it makes it easier.
Okay, kids. Anybody, if you can find anywhere that it supports your dad's argument that chocolate helps support dementia patients in any way, feel free to
talk. Happier.
Oh, I'm going to give you chocolate all the time then.
Good.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue with that. As long as you're paying for it.
Oh, I don't know. It could come out of your bank. Okay, take care, guys.
Tatty bye.